Hey everybody out there, I just want to first kind of apologize for kind of going MIA for a couple days there, and I really didn't even say I was going anywhere or haven't said anything on the forums, so I just want to apologize for that. Don't take it personally. It's nothing against any of you guys, or it wasn't like I was saying, oh, screw this thing. It's more just for me. I needed to kind of take a step back, and I guess a lot of it is I felt embarrassed to, keep starting over and starting over and starting over. And some people have probably been seeing me do that for a couple months now, so I just needed to take a break and really evaluate myself and take a look inside, and kind of a lot like Terry was talking about the other day, saying that if you fall down, either keep counting your days or take some time for reflection. And it just became clear while I was waiting on this job, I just wasn't in the right frame of mind, and so I just wanted to kind of take a step back and do some thinking about myself and prepare myself mentally to really get this thing going, and also, to find about this job. And I just, I was kind of lost for a second there, so that's kind of why I haven't been around. So I have a couple things to talk about. So obviously I fell completely off of things, and I'm going to have to start again tomorrow. There's no way I can keep going with the days I did. So you'll notice if anyone's tried to look at my videos, I've made all the ones from this second attempt private. I'm not going to erase them because I still want them just in case there's something I want to look back on. But I made everything private that wasn't for my first reboot, because the reason I did that was because I don't want, 5 different day one videos from my second reboot and people get confused. So I just made them all private, and I'll start again tomorrow, or start again with this one, I guess. Day 0, if you want to call it that, of my second reboot. And then tomorrow I'll start with day 1. And then, so that way all I have is, my first reboot, and then my second reboot, and, third, fourth, or how many ever I do. But, I didn't want the 5 different day 1 videos I had from my failed attempts for the past couple months on YouTube to confuse people. So if you tried to watch my videos and it wouldn't play, that's why. So anyways, here we are. Got some good news. I found out about the job finally this morning. I got the call, and I've been offered the job as store manager in Tulsa, so I'm really excited about that. It was a hard few days waiting there towards the end. It got kind of really weird, and she tried to call and offer me the assistant store manager here in Fayetteville, but at that point I was really had my mind set on store manager because that's what we've been talking about for a month. So last night I kind of sent her an email telling her that if all you guys really think I can do, and all you really have to offer me is assistant store manager, then I will learn to live with that. But I want to make sure you guys understand that I really feel like I'm capable of store manager, and we've been talking about that for a month, and I really felt like you were going to offer me the Tulsa store, and so it's a little bit of a letdown to be thinking about assistant store manager. And so this morning, like I said, she called me and offered me the Tulsa store, so I guess something worked. But I'm excited to do that. Of course, I'm a little anxious as well. I go right from really, really wanting a job, and then when I get it, I start becoming anxious about how well I'm going to do. And when that happened, I kind of thought that's the nature of who I am, and that's the nature of what I need to change. Because it seems like I always want to be upset with myself. Here I was in agony waiting to get this store, and then when I get the word that I get it, I should be elated, but instead I was starting to poke holes in that and be anxious about that, even though it's what I wanted. So it's like I've lived a lot of my life not allowing myself to be happy, and so that's really something I need to work on, and just learn to accept what's going on in the moment and to move forward. And a lot of that is why I've continued to fail at my reboot, is because I won't just accept circumstances how they are. So that's the long and short of where I've been and kind of how things have went. But I'm ready to start again tomorrow, and one thing I do want to say is I really want to send a special shout out to Terry for a few reasons. I watched his videos last night and today, and especially the one where he's talking about men, and I can't imagine how upsetting that may be and hard that is for him, but he's going on in spite of that. And I'm really proud of him for that, and it made me feel like just a weak person, quite frankly, because here he is going through this hard thing and keep going, and I'm failing to get mine going over something smaller. So it really kind of woke me up and realized in a positive way, hey, if he can do that in spite of what he's going through, then I need to get my act together and get going. Especially now that I found out I got the store. I really have no excuse. But I do know for sure that something along the way, there's going to be a bump in the road. My first reboot, it wasn't easy, but one things that is different there as opposed to now is I pretty much did have 60 days without any hiccups because I was out of work, but yet I didn't have to have a job in that time frame. So I really was able just to focus on the reboot, and that's great. It was, like I said, it still wasn't easy, but there was less obstacles in my way. And now on this reboot, I'm just in a different situation in life, but that's fine. That just means I'll be that much stronger when I get through with it. And that's the thing I have to learn. I almost want there to be things that come up that are hard, so that way I can learn to deal with it without eating. Because that's a huge thing with me is, even today, when I found out I had the job, it's like, well, I went out and ate. Even though I knew I wasn't going to start my reboot until after I found out about the job anyways, it's just that fact of, I celebrate and I eat. I feel sad and I eat. And that whole thing. So, anyways, I don't want to make this video too long. It's day 0. And I look forward to get going tomorrow. I appreciate all you guys and all your encouragement. Sorry if I let anyone down with my continued failures, but hopefully that'll make the story that much better when I do succeed this time. And I really appreciate you guys. And the other thing I was going to say about Terry is I really appreciate him reaching out and asking if I was doing okay. That meant a lot to me, Terry. So I just want to tell you right here in the camera that I really appreciate that, man. And I know that you meant it, and I appreciate you thinking about me. So I hope you are still doing well, and tonight I will spend a lot of time getting caught up on videos because like I said, I've just kind of been out of it. I've logged on to the site a few times, but I really haven't taken the time to watch videos or really thoroughly go through comments. I've been off in my own little world trying to figure me out, and so now I'm going to get my mindset right, or I have been getting my mindset right to get going tomorrow. And that's that. So I'm pretty excited. I will be flying out to Denver on Sunday, so I'm excited to take you guys on that trip. And once again, I really appreciate you guys and just hang in there with me. I know hopefully it doesn't feel like as much of a roller coaster to you guys as it does me, since I keep beginning and stopping, but it's like the cliche saying goes, the only failure is to quit trying. So here I am, and I'm going to do it. And I just feel I got to let go of my ego about it, because my ego feels embarrassed, and my ego says, well, the first time you were joined a forum, you just did the 60 days, and now look at you. You can't get going, so what a loser you are. But that's my ego, because I know in reality, the fact that I just get up and keep trying is an amazing thing in itself. So I'm gonna try to practice kindness and patience with myself, and know that I will get there. And hopefully this is the time. One thing you kind of learn is as you're getting sober and navigating that way of life is you learn that there's no absolute. So I'm not gonna sit here and say I guarantee I'll do it this time, because you never know. But I sure feel hopeful. Juice on, everybody.